I have a second channel, Cube Compium TDX. Hey everybody, so this is going to be replacing the hard drives in the Cube Computer MidTower Deluxe. So, we have at the moment a 4 terabyte white label hard drive. That's my data backup drive. It's up top. I believe these two drives here in the middle are the two terabyte drives that are in a RAID-0 or RAID stripe configuration for 4 terabytes of data storage. And we have a 2 terabyte drive that's just for extra storage. And of course, Windows and programs and some other files are actually over on this 1 terabyte SSD. So, we're taking out all 4 of these hard drives because we are changing over to a RAID-10 setup. So it's a stripe and mirror combo. So again, a RAID-10 is a combination of RAID-1, which is mirroring, and RAID-0, which is a stripe array. The stripe array is for performance gain, and also doubling of the disk size. So a RAID-10 setup gives you a combination of both the security of a mirror array, as well as the performance and storage gain of a stripe array. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to unpack the new hard drives. So I've selected the Toshiba X300 4 terabyte hard drives. These are 7200 RPM hard drives with 256 megabytes of cache. That being said, let's go ahead and unbox these hard drives. So essentially you get just a bare drive. I wasn't sure if these would come with any cables or not. Not that I need any cables, but in case you were wondering, these, which I got off Amazon by the way, you get just bare drives. Okay, so all 4 hard drives. There you have it. So next thing we'll go ahead and start taking the existing drives out of the MidTower Deluxe. Okay, let's begin by removing the power and SATA cables for each of these. Let's go ahead and take out the screws. Alright, let's go ahead and pull these drives out one by one. So the top drive is the data backup. Keep this one handy because we're using this drive to restore our data. All my 4 terabytes of data are on this thing. Next is these 2 drives. Now keep in mind there is a thermal sensor in there that I'll need to reattach. It monitors the hard drive temperature and reports it on the front of the system. I tell you what, it'll be fun to pull up the data for these drives in Crystal Disk Info and see just how many hours there are on this thing. There, you can see me. So I know it's kind of off view just a little bit. It'd be fun to see exactly how many hours there are on these drives. I mean, because they've ran for a long freaking time. Alright, so I gotta take a close look at the models. So the HUA 7230s are the two drives that were in the stripe, and this 7220 is my extra storage. So I bought these hard drives around 2015, so they've been in service for 7 years, close to 8 years. I mean, it's incredible. So yeah, these two drives here are my two data storage drives. This one here is my extra storage. These two are SATA 6 gigabit per second. This is a SATA 3 gigabit per second. I don't see a date on these other two. Let me look. Anyway, I'll put these to the side. But this one right here, again, the 4, I was kind of off camera, but the 4 terabyte, that's the one we need to be really careful with, because that's, well, it's got my data on it. And I gotta pull the data off of that. So I must say, the old Hitachi hard drives, like legit, the actual Hitachi branded hard drive, not the HGST, but the actual Hitachi drives, I'd say they were really reliable. And see, I was looking for reliability in my new hard drives, and now I'll say Toshiba, when it comes to their satellite laptops, I mean, there was a reason why they exited the laptop business, because their laptops were pieces of crap. I called them Toshidas because that's what they were. They were pieces of, well, you know. But their hard drives, though, I've had good experience with. And I've heard a lot of good things about their hard drives. So, and of course, one brand to avoid, Seagate. I've had to RMA so many of their drives. Matter of fact, if it weren't for Seagate, I guess I wouldn't have ever had to RMA any drives, because I've only had to RMA Seagates. Now, Western Digitals, I mean, I've had Western Digitals fail, but they failed out of the warranty. But Seagates had several, especially the 7200.12s. They were bad. The 7200.11s had issues too. Anyways, that being said, we're going to install these 4 new hard drives, no matter what order, because they're all the same. They're going to be used in a RAID-10 array. So we'll just start out from the bottom and work our way up. We'll just slide them in there and get them bolted in. You can go from there. Yeah, of course. Wouldn't be complete without a dead fly. Can't believe that. I can't believe the air compressor didn't get rid of him. Anyway, one thing I should mention is when you're installing hard drives into a case, you gotta be careful, because if you end up not getting it lined up this right, there's like little ledges in many cases where the hard drives slide in. You can actually cut the seal between the cover and the hard drive, and that's not good. Not a good thing at all. Definitely don't need that to happen. I must say, the MidTower Deluxe is already heavy enough as it is. This is going to make it probably a little heavier. And it ends up reminding me just how heavy this thing is every time I have to pick it up. It's really, really heavy. I mean, really heavy. Okay, everybody, so let's go ahead and get these SATA cables plugged in, and the power cables. We'll start out with these power cables down here. Okay, so we've got power and SATA connections plugged up. And also off camera, I went ahead and gutted out the old ancient CCFL lighting system. Because soon we're going to be retrofitting this machine with RGB LEDs. And I know many of you are probably going to be excited to see the end result. Probably next week I'll be doing it. Now, of course, on the channel, there is a bit of a delay between the time I shoot videos and the time the videos get uploaded, so yeah, I know. Be patient. So yeah, got our 4 hard drives in there ready to go. Now what we gotta do is put the panels back on, get everything plugged up. We're going to have to set up the array. Since we're working with fresh discs, we got to set up a new array. It shouldn't be too difficult. On a side note, I'm just trying to get this power cable over here so that way I can plug in my fans. Okay, so off camera I went ahead and changed out this old fan here, which actually used to be out of a cheap power supply, and I had just ran it straight off 12 volts. Changed out for a blue LED fan that happens to be fed off the motherboard, so that way I got fiddle with power connections every time I take the side panel off. Now I still have to unplug this from the motherboard, but it's not too hard. And luckily the motherboard has a fan header right here for us to use. Just going to plug this in there. And this may be compatible with both PWM 4-pin and traditional 3-pin fans. I don't know, but this fan here, even at full speed, runs pretty slow. It ain't super fast, but it ain't super loud. But that being said, put these side panels on here, and we'll be ready to get this RAID array built, and we can go in and start restoring data. Alright, let's get logged in. So I ended up having to put the machine back in the front bedroom and hook it just to the HDMI cable to my TV in there. That way it would know how to freaking display anything other than 640 by 480. But let's go ahead and have a look in here. So you can see we have our 4 discs. So the first thing I'm going to do is go and initialize our 4 discs. So I went up here to disk and selected initialize, and I'm going to select all here and initialize selected. And it's saying some of the disks are selected are in use. Initializing the disk will destroy your data. Would you like to continue? Well, these are all brand new drives, so we're just going to hit OK on that. Alright, so our disk should be ready to go now. So we'll go over here to Array, Create. I'm going to select all 4 of these drives. We're going to select RAID-10 stripe of mirrors, organized as 2x2. We're going to call this NIC data. And we're going to leave everything here as defaults. So we're going to go ahead and select Create. And the Create has been started. So this may take a moment to get done. We'll come back when it's done. Okay, so we can see here we are slowly making progress. We're at 0.2% now. 0.3, so this is going to definitely take a while. We'll probably come back in the morning and shoot the next clip, and by that point we'll start restoring my data. Okay, so the RAID array creation has finally completed. So now we are ready to go. I have the backup drive with my data on it attached to the system with a SATA to USB 3 adapter. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead, get into disk management, and we're going to go ahead and create a partition. You can see we have a disk that needs to be initialized. We'll go ahead and of course we'll need to format that as GPT. And we'll go ahead and create a new simple volume. Select next. Next. We're going to assign it drive letter F because that was the drive letter of my previous data volume. Select next again. I'm going to select next and finish, and it's going to format. And now we are ready to go ahead and get our files moved back over. Okay, so now it's a matter of copying over our stuff. And pasting it over to the new drive. So this will definitely take some time to complete. I mean, it's almost 4 terabytes of data. So we'll come back when this is done. Okay, everybody, so the data restoration has been completed. The new hard drives are in. The RAID array has been configured. And the files have been restored, and here we are. Finally, my data storage drive has plenty of space available. As you can see right here, just under 50% used. That wraps up for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Well, everybody, that wraps up for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to CubeComputer channel, and be sure to tick the bell. That way you get notified of new video posts. Also, I recommend following CubeComputer Company on Facebook. A link is in the video description. In addition to computer tech videos, I have a second channel, CubeCompMTDX. Links are available at the end of this video. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching and your support.